It is not okay for you to let your partner sabotage your health and your weight loss efforts. So often I hear from women who are trying really hard to eat really well, to lose weight, to do the right things. And their complaint is, but my partner eats junk food, or he brings crap food into the house and it makes it really hard for me. Now, there's a couple of things that are going on here, and I want to give you a little bit of an insight into that, as well as some things that you can do to stop letting this derail your efforts and your desires. So firstly, one of the first things that comes to mind for me when someone says my partner is sabotaging my efforts, he's bringing this crap into the house, he's doing things and he's kind of trying to pull me into his negative habits. The first thing that comes up is it sounds like there needs to be a conversation around boundaries. So there needs to be you stating very clearly and lovingly what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you're needing, and why. So it's having a conversation and saying, hey, babe, this is what I want to do, and I'd really love your support in this. And the ways that you can support me are X, Y, and Z. So you want to be super, super clear. Ask exactly for what you need. So please don't bring junk food into the house. Please, can we not drink every single night? Please, whatever it is. Just very, very specific. But it's important when you have this conversation that you do it very calmly and very lovingly, rather than an attack. You don't want to be sitting there going, you always do this and you don't care. Don't go down that space. Come back to your power and really own what it is that you're wanting and you're needing. Once you've done that, once you've had that conversation, there's a million ways that can turn out, but there's really two main answers that he's going to give you. So ideally, he's going to say, yeah, sure, babe, I'm on board. I want to support you. Let's do that. Great. And then you just know what to do from there. However, he is his own person and he does have the right to say, nah, get stuffed, not interested. And if this is his response, there's a couple of things that you want to start to look at. So for me, the first thing is, if I'm coming to the person that I love and asking for their support in something that's going to help me be the best version of me, if something that's really going to benefit my health and well-being, and they're not willing to support me, I'm going to start having some questions around, is this the type of relationship that I want to have? Now, I'm not suggesting that you go and dump this guy's sorry ass. that's not what I'm saying. But there is a question there. For me, that would be quite a concern. So definitely feel into that. And obviously everybody's relationship is different. Everybody's situation is different. So you need to decide what's best for you and what it is that you want and what's going to serve you best now and for the future. But that would be kind of the first question for me. Oh, my live video went a little bit weird there. Hopefully we're still running. So let's look at if he doesn't want to support you, if he doesn't want to come on board, then you then need to take real responsibility and not let his actions impact you. So if you're really clear that you're wanting to make these health changes and these changes in the food and the drink and everything that you're putting in your body, and he insists on sitting there and bringing that stuff into the house and eating or drinking it in front of you, you still have a choice whether you sit there whilst he does that or whether you leave. You have a choice whether you participate with him or whether you don't. And yes, I totally get it's really hard. Like if you're really making an effort to be as healthy as you can be and someone is eating pizza or chocolate or drinking beer around you, it's hard. It's really challenging to not get caught up in that, but it's not impossible. And you just need to remove yourself from the situation. So if he's sitting on the lounge and he's chowing down on all this delicious junk food, you just go into the other room. You go find something else to do. You entertain yourself some other way. You remove yourself from the issue so that it's not an issue for you. Now, yes, this takes a certain inner strength. I get it's not super simple for a lot of people, but if you're really clear and really focused on what it is that you want, and you're going to make it happen for yourself, then you get your ass off that lounge and you go into another room and you stay away whilst he continues to do these behaviors. Now, I also want to just very quickly point out here, I'm not hating on men. I know that there are a lot of relationships where it's the man who's wanting to make the positive changes and it's the woman partner who's wanting to sabotage. So it's not men are shit. I'm not hating on men. This is just the conversations that I have. Obviously, I work with women, so I hear from the women whose men aren't supporting them. But it does go both ways. So that would be the first thing if he's sabotaging. One other thing that can really make a difference here is oftentimes we, we start this health regime or whatever it is, we're starting a process, and it doesn't even have to be to do with our health, but maybe we're making changes in our life to better ourselves as a person. And often we don't include our partner in that. So often we're, right, I'm going on this health kick and I've got all these plans and I've got all these things, and we throw ourselves into it. And if we don't include our partner, now you don't always have to include them, but if you don't include them, what can happen, especially if you start to see positive results, they can start to feel left out and a little bit left behind. And it's that feeling of being left out or left behind that can create the self-sabotage. Because if you're moving forward really powerfully in your life and seeing really positive benefits, it can highlight to your partner and to all the people in your life, it can highlight to them where they're not making change. And that can be really confronting. It can be so confronting. And it can bring up a fear that they're going to get left behind. And through that fear, and this happens very unconsciously. A lot of people don't even realize that this is happening. They wouldn't be able to verbalize this. And so they start acting out and they start doing things like trying to derail your success so you don't get so far ahead of them that you actually outgrow them and then leave them for someone else. So it is a very deep fear that's going on there. And the way you can deal with that is get your partner involved in any of your journeys to improve yourself. So if you're wanting to lose weight, if you're wanting to make a change in your health, sit them down, get them on board. Say, I think this would be really awesome for us. I want to do it. I'd love to have you do it with me. Let's make a plan together. Maybe we can go out running a couple of times a week. Let's cook together a couple of nights. Let's only drink on Friday and Saturday nights, whatever it is. But make a plan together so they feel they're involved. They feel like a really important and necessary part of the journey. And then they're going to want to support you, because it's not just for you, it's for them as well. So get them involved. And again, they're a human being on their own. They have their own needs and desires, and we can't control anyone. So they have the choice. You could say, look, I want you to do this with me. And they say, nah, I'm not really interested. And that's okay. That's their choice. And you say, oh, bummer, I would have loved to have you do this with me. But yeah, I totally get that. And then you stay really focused and committed to your journey. And when you do that, without trying to shove it down their throat, so it's beautiful to offer an invitation for them to join you. But if they say, no, I'm not interested, where a lot of us fall down, because we just want our men to do stuff with us. We want our buddy with us. It feels really good to feel like we're creating something together. And because we've got that desire to have them do these things with us, what we can do is then, not meaning to, but we then can start ramming it down their throat and making comments and just forcing that on them. And we all know what it's like when someone does that. Our walls go up. We're like, get stuffed, fuck off with you. I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear it. And it's not going to get us the result we want. So instead, you just stay really clear and focused on your path. You've offered the invitation for them to join you. If they don't want to, no stress, babe, that's cool. But I'm going to do this and this is important to me. And you stay you really stay committed to the things that you're going to do. You don't let them, if you're going to get out of bed early in the morning and go exercise, don't let them pull you back in, right? Don't let them pull you into the beers or the pizza on the lounge. You just say, oh, that would be awesome, babe, but I'm going to go do my thing because it's so important to me. And the more you stay focused on you and you just keep doing your thing without ramming it down their throat, a lot of the time that person is just going to start to get a little bit interested. They're going to start to get a bit curious, especially if they see you really flourishing in that new space. And when the time is right for them, they'll start asking questions. They'll kind of come and seek to be involved because they haven't felt like you're ramming it down their throat or you made them wrong for not wanting to do it initially. And it's when they start coming and start asking questions or start looking to be involved, you just welcome them with open arms and just be like, yeah, sure, babe. And you give them whatever information. Yeah, absolutely, come for a run with me tomorrow morning. And you'd be really happy that they're there joining you. Keep the expectation out. Don't expect that if he wants to come for a run that he's going to come every single day. But just when he shows the interest, just welcome him with open arms, bring him in, have a lot of fun with him, and just allow him to continue to come to you in his own time. And when he feels like he's got that freedom to, it's so much easier for him to come and join you. So I hope this helps for those of you who have a little bit of challenge around partner sabotage. But, there's a few tactics here that I hope you start to put into practice and see some benefit. And I'd love to hear from you if you do put them into practice, and if they work, if they don't work, if there's any feedback, if there's any questions, let me know. But really what this comes down to is it's actually not okay for you to let anyone, whether that's your partner, your boss, your friends, your work colleague, for some reason I want to say your dog, it's not okay to let anyone sabotage you from your dreams. You have to stay really focused on what you want and why you're doing it. Get clear on why you're doing it and what it's going to mean for you in order to be able to achieve that. And then just do every single thing within your power every single day to get there. And it always comes back to that choice. No one can make you do anything you don't want to do. So you can't sit there and point the finger at your partner and say, but you made me eat all the pizza and you made me drink all the beer and you stopped me from exercising, because no matter how persuasive they can be, you still chose. In those moments, you had a choice point and you chose to stay there. You chose to sit with them on the lounge and eat the pizza. And you've got the other choice in those moments to go and do what's going to serve you and the creation of your dreams. So always, always, always remember that. They cannot sabotage any part of your life without you letting them. So just come back to you, stay focused on your vision and what it is you want to create, and just keep going for it. Thanks so much for joining me live. Who have I got on here? I've seen a few of you pop up. Emma, beautiful to have you. Antonia, oh my God, gorgeous woman. How are you? I want more photos of the baby. Please send me photos. And of you, I want to see how you're going. Hi, Beck. And Haley, I love your videos. Oh, thank you, Haley. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining me, girls. Have a great day. Bye.